Okay, hi, this is our Hangout too. I'm Diana Lucas, and I had two tools, and I'm going to share my screen with you. Rubistar and Kahoot. Rubistar is a rubric tool, and Kahoot is an assessment tool. Can you guys see my screen?
It's loading.
Better than. Can you guys like see it now or?
It's loading your slides.
Yeah, for Christmas I asked for this. This is a little ridiculous. I'll go without my slides for now. Rubistar, like I said, is a rubric site where you can go on and you can make an account and you create rubrics. It could be for math or science or the arts or anything. That's up different sections for you so you can write your own comments and make like a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 4 being like excellent work, 3 being 2 being okay, 1 being yeah, and criteria into Rubistar. And you can all of your rubrics, you can go back and you can constantly see them no matter where your phone, on your iPad, on computer. It Rubistar teachers because they can easily create their rubrics for the class and it will always follow like a uniform pattern and students can also use Rubistar, create their own rubrics and like one class the teacher will have that maybe she'll even use the rubric on an and it's just a really fun tool on it and the more you practice the better you get at because your ultimate goal should be to be able to get your full points for an assignment, which you'll do by brick. I'll be able to show you guys the website. This one's up. Okay, Kahoot, as I said, is the assessment really fun and interactive. And surveys, and you can have discuss what you do, create an account, and you can be a student, doesn't matter as long as everybody. What you do is you create the account, you create an account, and you can put in questions as many as you can do multiple choice or short answer depending on the type you choose, and you images and videos. It shouldn't be more interactive. Want all the students, you'll send them a pin, and they will be able go enter the pin and join class, and they'll be able to different shapes as like instead of different shapes like the picture here, and then it will show at the end of the question. It will show how many people chose what answer, which is really awesome. But see out it just shows a little of where people are at. So teachers will know that if a lot of people got this fractions question wrong, then she really needs to go over fractions. But if they all got counting right, then counting something. And kids also, it's fun. It's not just out about the answers. It's just a fun thing where there's no, because no one's calling you out, no one's marking a bad grade on your report card. And they can use it, they can create it themselves too. They can share it to their parents if they want, or in the classroom as an activity. They could do it. A fun thing to use and a really great tool for enforcement. You can just Google star for both of them because sites won't load, but I will also attach my two PowerPoints, the web page for my website. So hopefully you'll be able to see it there. You guys can go now.
Okay. All right. So I did Book Wizard and ThinkPort. So I'll share my screen with you. I did a Prezi for both of them. The first one I'm talking about is the Book Wizard. So Book Wizard is a website through Scholastic, on the Scholastic website. It helps you to get resources and find the right book that is appropriate for on the level. There's 3 different ways that you can find the books. On here, it's like you can search for all books, you can search for similar books that you're looking for, or even some that are on your reading level based from A to Z. And there's 4 different measurements for each of the categories. So there's grade level equivalent, reading guide, DRA, and Lexile measurement. These are the 4 measurement tools. The guide in reading is the small groups that the teacher pulls and how they are on their level. The Lexile measure it ranges from 0L to 1600L. The 0L is like a beginning reader. Emergent reader is around 200L, and then an advanced reader is at the 1600 level. Grade level equivalent, it starts at 1 and ends at 12.9. It starts in first grade and goes to the end of 12th grade. And then DRA stands for Developmentally Reading Assessment. So it's on their developmental level is what they're going to read based on. How to use the wizard when you go to the Scholastic website on here. It pops right up with all the options, and you just click in and put whatever title you want to do. So you would just pick whatever you want, all books, similar books, reading levels, and then you just pick which one you want and the level, and it'll tell you which level it's on for once it loads. And then once my Prezi loads again. So I searched for Pete the Cat. So when I looked on Pete the Cat, you just put Pete the Cat and his four groovy buttons and then the guided reading, and I hit search. And then when you search, it pops up with this. It shows you the name of the book, who the author is and the illustrator, the grade level that it pertains to, what guided reading level it's on, and then the genre and free resources that come along with it. It also shows you like the teacher store, so it shows you could buy the book for educators. It gives you the different price. You can add it to your list if you make an account, or then you can get books that are like it. So this is like a screenshot of what it looks like when if you hit a like books. So it shows you the adjusted reading level. You can change it from easier to harder. And it shows you books that are similar in reading level to them. So they can change that. What's important? It helps find new interesting books for children. It lets them find books on their own that pertain to their reading level, but also their interest. It gives you different options that you can use if you can't find a book in your library, but you want to find something that's similar and on the same level, then it'll definitely help you. And it's set through Scholastic. ThinkPort is another website. It is a website that provides information and resources to Maryland educators. It also provides online courses that people can take, learning resources, and community information for teachers and families. The use of learning resources, activities for all subjects and grade levels. For early childhood, they have activities for literacy, math, STEM, social studies, and social and emotional skills. For elementary education, middle school, and high school, they have literacy, math, science, social studies, STEM, and digital literacy programs and resources that you can use. And then for the out of school, it's for ages 4 to 8, and they have literacy, math pre-K to K, math K to 3, and STEM programs on there that you can look at their resources. For the online courses, there's graduate credit degrees, there's MSDE credited courses where you can take the CPD credit courses or the clock hour courses, which you can take and need if you work in childcare. They're designed just for teachers and educators and provide a new source of professional development. The educational community is a collection of newsletters that are posted that feature all of the new things that are going on in education and let teachers add their things to their resources. ThinkPort expands knowledge and gives more resources for local teachers and educators, and is helpful and insightful. This website is just for Maryland teachers, so it gives them kind of a local feel. And then ThinkPort, we'll go to the website. So this is what the website looks like. You have your options up here of like the learning resources where you have early childhood, elementary, an overview of everything. Then if you click on one like early childhood, you can see that there's literacy, math, STEM, social studies, social and emotional, and then you just click on it and it takes you to more activities that you can use in your classroom and ways that you can use it better. Same with online courses, it shows you the overview of everything. And those you can use for your continuing ed. And then these are the newsletters and other features that go along with it.
Okay, well, I did Raz Kids as my tool. Um, so with this tool, it's a comprehensive leveled reading resource for kids. And it's made up of ebooks, and the whole purpose of it is for students to advance levels by reading or listening to the ebooks and passing a quiz on them. And once they complete these, the teacher has the option to turn on incentives and awards for them. And how that works is that they're able to earn stars by doing this. And as they earn stars, they're able to use those stars to buy different things for either their rocket room or their robot avatar. So I set up an account on this and I made, this is an example of a student account. So this is Haley Davis, and you see that her password is this little lizard icon, which is really cool because they have the option to pick from a mess of different icons. And you can also do a text password, but that makes it easy for an early childhood student to use it or a fifth grader. You can see where their stars are, how many they've earned. These are their incentives, the rocket room, where they get to add a mess of stuff to this room, and it's pretty cool. Or the robot builder, which is right here, and they can add like different eyes and mouths and hair and weird stuff to it. This is their reading level, and so you see it goes all the way up to Z2. And as they read all the ebooks and pass the quizzes, it'll keep going, increasing. You can also see how much time they've spent on it, which is really neat. You can print out how they've done. You can send them a message. You're also able to see your class activity overview. So I just added 2 students in as an example, but you can see how many times they've logged in, how long they've been logged in for, how many stars they've earned, and how long they've spent in their incentive. And you can email these reports to parents if you would like to. Also, this is a really cool feature. You can see overall on this circle graph how well your class is doing on their reading levels, their comprehension skill, how many activities have been completed. With the ebooks, they have the option to listen to it, read it, or take a quiz on it. And in the end, to earn a star, they had to do all 3. And then you can also see the average quiz scores once they do those. And then here are the different activities they can do and how many times they've done those. This is where you go to see the assessment report, which would be really good to analyze and see where all your students stand. And this is their different skills and standards that they have or haven't met. So there's definitely a lot that you can do on here. Actually, my placement classroom that I was in last semester, it was a kindergarten classroom, and my students used this, and my teacher used it as a way for my students to do their homework. And it worked out really well because they didn't have to worry about making sure that they took home their folders or anything like that because the RAS Kids was online. And so every Friday, the students would come in and we would do circle time, and they would get the option to share their favorite book off RAS Kids, as well as show us either their rocket room or robot. And the pros of this were that it really motivated the students to earn these incentives so that they had a cool room or robot to share with their peers. But the cons were that we had one student, and she always claimed that hers never worked at home. And so the problem with that was, obviously, if they don't have the access for it at home, then they're not going to advance any, and then never had anything to show. So the other students would kind of, always ask her, why didn't you do it? Or why don't you have anything to show us? Also, when the students showing us their favorite book in Rocket Room or Robot, you're able to see their reading level. And some students would be on reading level F, and others were still on the double lowercase a. And so some students would say, oh my gosh, why are you still on the very first level? And so just, that could lead to bullying. So you have to watch out with that if you choose to let the students share. As far as obstacles go, to keep in mind if you're considering implementing this in your classroom, is that not all students have access to technology. So if you're going to use it as homework, like my teacher did, you have to make sure that they're able to actually do it as homework. We actually did have a student who didn't have access to it at home, and she was supposed to do it during her center time. But if my teacher was busy or if there was a substitute, the student wouldn't do it as her center time. So you really had to keep an eye on her and make sure that she did do it as her center time because otherwise she wouldn't. So overall, I would definitely recommend this tool. They actually offer a free 14-day trial, which is how I was able to create an account and show you some of the different things on here. So, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to check it out regardless, since you can for free at first. But that's the end of mine.
Okay, well, good Google Hangout too.